Katana, the sword of the samurai. A brief history of the katana. The first use of the term katana to describe a sword occurs as early as the Kamakura period, 1185 to 1333, but the actual history of bladed weapon craftsmanship in Japan stretches back over 20 centuries. At first, Japanese swords were simple variations of the Chinese swords that were straight, double-edged iron blades. The first original Japanese swords that are considered the precursor of the modern katana began to appear during the early Heian period, around 700 CE. Katana were mainly used by the samurai, the military nobility of feudal Japan, 1185 to 1600, up through the Edo period, 1603 to 1868. The increased popularity of the katana among samurai came about because of the changing nature of close combat warfare. The quicker draw of this sword was well suited to combat where victory depended heavily on fast response times. The katana was worn thrust through a belt-like sash, obi, with the sharpened edge facing up. Ideally, samurai could draw the sword and cut the enemy in a single motion. With the end of the Edo period and the beginning of Meiji period, Japan began a rapid process of industrialization and westernization. Regarding the military, the weapons shifted from sword to firearm. The use of the katana in Japanese daily life came to an end at almost the same time with the Heitoriai, sword prohibition, edict of 1876, which allowed only police and military personnel to carry them. Many of the swordsmiths were required to close their businesses, leading to the near extinction of katana swordsmithing until 1906. At that time, two well-known swordsmiths were appointed as imperial household artists, thus preserving the skills of the swordsmiths, a cultural legacy that has been passed on to the present day. The process of making a katana. The process of making a katana differs depending on the style of the sword and the swordsmith's individual preferences, but certain steps are necessary for the forging of all swords. Preparation of raw materials, charcoal and metals, and equipment, making necessary tools, heating the furnace. Tanran, forging the raw steel into workable blocks. Tsukurakomi and Sunobe, combining the hard steel for the outer layer and softer steel for the core. Creating the Sunobe, a sword blank. Hizukuri, forming the final shape of the sword. Arashiage, rough finishing including straightening and flattening the blade. Tsukioki, applying clay to the blade to prepare creating the hamon, the pattern along the cutting edge. Yaki-ire, heat treating the blade to create the hamon. Shurage, final finishing of the blade, including correcting warps and bends caused by yaki-ire. High-end horomono, carving grooves and engravings, either for decoration or to make the blade lighter. Nakago and maikiri, finishing and signing the tang.